Mhm. You know, I'm using metal dice tonight. I'm gonna go grab my dice tray because I don't want everybody to know exactly.
The lethal dice.
What's yours is mine.
The cost of wifedom.
We have a running deal. We have not combined our dice collections and will not be.
That's a deal?
It is
I thought that was something I was forced into.
maybe.
I have a shit ton of dice and I love every single one of them. And that is on stream and recorded for the rest of the internet to hear forever.
Oh.
I just need a pen and I am ready. Oh, cool. I am in rules.
Oh God.
Oh
What's wrong,
god.
Matt?
The chat message.
Why does the high judge want me?
Come here. I just want to talk. Okay.
I'm about. I'm in
He
danger.
does just want to talk. Look at him.
Doesn't that look like the face of someone who wants to talk?
Fucking high judge, like, why are you running?
What are you running?
Alright, with that, let's jump into this. Give me some funky
Oh,
music to start tonight.
Let me go to light. Oop,
Is
I was
this it?
just a little mouse.
Yeah! Hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. Tonight we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. Everything you're going to see is live storytelling. Here's which way things are going to go. That sneeze was the only thing rehearsed tonight. Everything else tonight is
practiced it.
rehearsed.
No, I practiced it really hard.
You hit your mark perfectly.
Thank you.
This is the Stars and Coins group, episode 16, saga 1 of the campaign. Oh, whew. If you're under the age of 14 you're watching, stop, talk to your parents. Last night there was horrific chicken murder on this stream. Tonight, there murder. I kid.
Do you?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm not muted.
I
I'm
don't know.
definitely supposed to be muted. Never mind.
Let's jump into the recap. Last session started on the 7th of Servant. The party sailed from Farport to Nortvigar. They had a pleasant session of sailing with the Shiverspine privateers, and they made it to Nortvigar. We're in the nation of Red Axe, by the way. No, wait, hold on. My brain is farting. I'm combining two different campaigns. They sailed from Farport to Southcrest. Nortvigar is last night.
How they could cross the world that fast?
Yeah, I'm running two campaigns with people on boats right now. Anyways, they sailed to Southcrest. It is a beautiful city, built on obsidian struts over the ocean. The party has been exploring it, basically investigating the different areas of town. They have found the missing goblins and missing prisoners. They are in a section of town known as the Vapor Grass, being used as slave labor. Slavery is diminishing across Cedal, but unfortunately, Red Axe is one of those places where it is still barely holding out. Other things of importance here. Krishna. No. Laya.
Hi.
As you were sleeping in the night and you were going through all of your pleasant dreams, and just unpacking all of the different mental stresses of life, You notice there was someone else in your dreams watching them with you. You managed to talk to the lone siren who was sifting through your memories and your dreams. Information revealed about her. She is very interested in the idea of hunting things, and her current hunt, as it has been for a while, is the High Judge. Information I don't think I explicitly stated last session, but I will state now for all of stream and for the players, just so there's no misconceptions. You can properly speculate that the lone siren learns of her targets by stealing information from people's dreams as they are sleeping. Stealing, investigating, interrogating, I don't know what the right term is for that.
Researching.
Yeah, researching information in other people's dreams. It's not quite invasive, but also it's not the most privacy respecting. In either case, Laya tried to talk with her. Laya didn't speak primordial, some form of Sulian or Elvish, and unfortunately she didn't want to sit and talk in common, even if maybe she understood very little of it. But that said, yeah, you
the level 1 goal.
have an idea of how to communicate with her, or at least find her in the future. And then we went into exploring the town, some of the information I gave. The party found the Kalkin's office. You talked with a man named Alidai, who's currently working as an investigator there. When he told you when one of his arcane sentinels gets back to the office, they can start crafting scrolls that can remove the specific curse of the necklaces that the Ruby Alliance uses. And if you bring all of the prisoners to the office, they can start doing it there one at a time. Other intrigue that is happening in town, somebody robbed the Kalkin's vault. Every Kalkin office has a vault of essentially very powerful magic items. These are the people who you would call to go clear out a local like werewolf infestation, or like a in other nations these would be the people you call to kill like a demon that somebody accidentally summoned. They serve a very different purpose in Red Axe, but it's still standard practice that they have these very powerful magic items on hand for any of their members. That vault has been robbed, so presumably somebody in the region is incredibly equipped and ready to throw down with who knows what they have. Alright, so from there we are going to... the last thing, Alidai and all of the Kalkin do not like the treaty that they were forced to sign to do business here in Red Axe, and by business they roam around trying to stop magical anomalies before they become everyone else's problem. The Kalkin have to walk a very thin rope here, essentially working with forces that they normally fight against. The rest of the members are not willing to violate that treaty. Alidai is a mercenary and said that he would help in your plans, and ultimately what would be Alarel's plans, although, you know, he doesn't know who your patrons are, who's supporting your cause. And as you were discussing what the future of Red Axe looks like, the High Judge has been here in town the whole time. The party has seen him sitting out over the bay, staring down at the water. As the party was discussing the future of Red Axe and how that could look in a place free of the consummate, the High Judge made his way towards the Calcan office. The party ran to hide in what remained of the vault, and the High Judge burned through the obsidian and took off the door and began judging each of the party members. So, what about if we pick up there? This music is far too happy.
Let's just say, do we have any
Bring on the boss music.
Pantera or Doom music?
Well, I just started something and it went away. Let's try this. Nope, that's too panicky. New hero in town. What is this? Ha! I like this! Yeah! Alright. It is currently the 8th of Servant. The party is in the nation of Red Axe, in the city of Southcrest. You are spread out all over the city. Laya is I believe you're in High Grass.
I'm in a cat cafe, reading a book, drinking some coffee.
Having a good time.
Like a cool cat.
Mm-hmm.
Hope, you are still on the flotilla of the Shiverspine privateers. Everybody is getting up around midday here. It was a night of festivities and parties. Most people have slept in, either being drunk or hungover. And there was... Oh, and I remember the last thing. Krishna and Easy, you are in the Kalkin Vault. Standing before you is a...
I mean, if it doesn't have a door anymore, is it technically a vault?
That's fair. Standing in the Kalkin Cave, standing before you in the Kalkin Cave, there is this infernal, fiendish being. It looks, as you stare at it, it looks like a set of animated armor. There is a smoky void beneath the armor, and you see two red eyes glaring back at you as its cape flaps in a wind that you cannot feel or see. It has judged Easy, Aladai, and Krishna, and it has found that each of your actions are in balance, and there is time potentially for some of you to try and balance those scales. Before we do that, let's jump over to Laya. Laya, you are sitting on a bench in the high grass in the center of the city. It is a nice sunny day here.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah, the High Judge has been sitting with his legs crossed, hovering over the ocean, maybe like 120 feet in the air, just staring down at the waves. Generally, from anywhere you walk around these crafts, you have like vision out to him. You see that he stands up and begins to hover and move towards one of the grass. As you are sitting outside this cafe at one of like, I would say, their outdoor tables, there are trained Lockins here. A little bouncy squirrel with no legs is going to come and cuddle onto your lap
How is it
as you
bouncing?
are. It's got muscles and magic, probably. Who
It's a
knows?
little squirrel worm. That's what you just described to me.
Yes.
Pretty much.
It's going to come and bounce onto your lap. You can pet it.
Oh,
You can do
See, I
what
envisioned
you want.
a sentient squishmallow.
yeah. I bought little treats to like give it.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else?
No, I figure I see that. I see it happening in the distance, and I'd be like, "Glad that's not me." Like, I'm not gonna go investigate that. That man will murder me.
If only you knew.
Yeah, I just look at it in the distance and like, I don't know who fucked around, but they're stupid.
Somebody's about to find out.
Yeah, somebody's about to find out.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, you just asked me like, what do? You see a nuclear bomb outside, but it's heading in for someone not super far away. Guess I watch.
Right, somebody points a gun a mile away from you at somebody else. What do? Wait for the morning paper tomorrow to see exactly who got shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you are going to hear some gossip behind you. Um, that the Alicitar, a Marissa, is holding or is always has lunch and invites the people that carry her favor most. And she's having a lunch today, and there's some people who have been having some issues with caravans on the roads to Queensport that they want to address to her, and they need to find someone who has her favor and kind of get see if they can tag along with them to one of these like open port lunches. And this is
So
just
you
like
need
general gossip you overhear at like other tables around you.
so you need to have favor with someone to go to her lunch, and then if you get even more favor at her lunch, you get the express trip to her party.
Um,
Is
I
that what
would
I
say,
understood?
well, more specifically, I would say from Laya's understanding, like you've traveled other places in the world, a lot of like city officials and government officials make time to hear like petitions of the people that they govern over, and hear those concerns. It doesn't sound like there's an official forum for that here, and it sounds like this is that forum. Like having lunch with her is your chance to express the things that are important to you and see if you can get her support for that. So like
Got it.
this would
Uh,
be just as much as like, hey, I want to build a new something in town and somebody won't give me the permit. Can you fast track that? As much as like my daughter is getting married and we would love if you came and hang out with us.
all right. And did I get any like hint about where they would be?
Yeah, you
Y-
can look up the high grass spire, um, and I don't think I've named this lighthouse yet, so it's gonna get its name right here on stream. Oh, a Marissa's naming it after herself. Um, a mirror. Let's go with the Amara Lighthouse.
the Amara. All right. I think
Lana Watch all over again.
No, we'll go
I
with
give
Amar Spire. Amar Spire.
yeah, I give the little worm squirrel a couple more scratches underneath the chin before I do pick it up and put it off to the side, and I get up and I start heading over in that direction, hopefully in a different direction than where I saw the big guy go.
Okay. It would just be climbing this grass more. So that is perfectly fine. We will come back to you.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can focus on whatever the fuck they're up to.
All right. Let's jump back over to Krishna and Easy. No, this is not the music I want. We want this one.
Yeah.
Um,
Clarification point, because I was confused by your wording.
yes.
We apparently were found to be balanced, but also have time to be balanced.
No. Your actions don't balance out.
Okay, see, that's why I was
Um,
confused. I think you misspoke, or I might have just misheard. But the way that sentence was constructed felt
Yes.
like.
Your actions don't balance out, but you were found to have time. Krishna. As you look at the High Judge, and it stares back at you, you see the molten frame of the door behind you. This thing's steps are igniting and melting obsidian back into magma. This creature has destroyed armadas before for the consummate. It is the whole reason why your waters are safe. Lil Nagai and Morzia leave this thing alone because fighting it is what you can imagine a medieval peasant fighting a dragon would be like in a different setting. There is fear as you are mentally connected with it, but there is purpose, one that you can serve. It offers its hand towards you. Matt, are you there?
Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
Krishna feels a sense of purpose staring at the High Judge. It has offered its hand towards you. What does she want to do?
Oh.
Can I try and roll for a perception to see if this is like a good nature, I guess? Make sure like he's not trying to just yeet me into the distance.
So I'm not going to make you roll for perception. I will say, for what you're expecting, this action seems gentle. To try and know the nature of it, I would say that's an insight check, which you are free to roll if you want to.
I will. Double check to make sure it is on normal.
Whoo! Krishna! What purpose can you serve a being like this? Contracts with demons are contracts with devils normally don't work out in the mortal's favor. I think you can properly suspect there's something nefarious about this. I hate to be a mean DM. I don't know if you have another choice.
Oh,
Say no, it'll be funny.
why is there an EKG on my heart right now? Thanks, Owl.
Say no, it'll be funny.
I just hear beep, beep.
Don't listen to the demon on your shoulder. Answer the devil in
Tragic
front of
affair.
you.
Like the devil on the shoulder or the devil in front of you? Your choice.
I might listen to on the shoulder and say no. Let me say, While I appreciate your offer, I must sadly decline. Have a good day, sir.
Is it a sir?
You might be the most polite Krishna's ever been,
Yeah.
and it will kill them.
I was right. It is funny.
Matt! Matt!
The voice too that gets me.
Matt!
Sound
Politeness
like a
gets
retail
you nowhere in Red Axe. Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. DC is 25 here.
Oh, well, I don't think we can do it physically, even to begin with.
Been nice
Spend
knowing
your
you, kid.
fortune.
What was it? Deception? Oh yeah, no, I'm screwed.
No, persuasion.
Oh, persuasion.
Even worse. Lovely.
Krishna, the High Judge is going to snatch your arm.
Your neck.
Dweeb.
You can roll me a contested athletics check. Where this action was once gentle, it is now forceful. The flames within the armor igniting, replacing the shadows.
Point of view, Disney is asking if you accept the terms and conditions.
Your
I am
DC is 24 to beat.
Look,
It is a contested athletics or acrobatics check to avoid
Just
this
not
grapple.
funny it. Easy.
Help!
Just not 20 it. It'll be fine.
I believe in you.
So I'm at 90 misfortune.
Mhm.
64 fortune. How much is it for advantage?
30.
Yeah, you can spend 30 and try to roll with advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with advantage.
You just gotta believe in yourself.
I thought politeness would work.
Nah.
I respect it.
It was really funny though.
That was. I think almost killed 2 people.
Yeah, well, no, to be fair, it is easy who killed you.
It is. I have sent you to your early demise.
Give me that roll, Matt. You
Rest
can
in pieces.
also roll.
10?
Oh, for.
Um,
Can I go to 140 misfortune?
no,
Watching
you
this happen.
cannot.
I'm watching this happen, right?
Yes.
Can I make the ill-advised decision to wrestle Krishna from the devil trying to do something to her?
Please.
Yes, but you also have to roll me against the High Judge's dreadful aura.
Okay, what's
It
the
is
roll for that?
activated. 22 Wisdom saving throw. Krishna, I mean technically you too, but you're fine.
I had it at 20,
boy.
so.
Can I just stab him in the hand?
You're currently grappled.
Oh, thanks, Somni.
Go ahead and Krishna, roll me against the dreadful aura as these flames like ignite within and behind it. Like what is this thing, like trying to understand like the queerness of it has all gone to holy shit. You are also you are both affected by the frightened condition. Rob, you can roll me a contested grapple check. You are rolling with disadvantage. You've got 1 turn.
What with disadvantage?
Yes.
I have 31 fortune and 46 fortune. Can any of that negate that?
You have 31 fortune. You can spend it. You can roll with advantage. So you'll just be rolling flat.
Can
That
I
costs 30 fortune.
give him my remaining 30
Yes.
fortune?
No, you
Roll
can't.
with-
No, look, the way. Well, first of all, I don't feel like that's how the system works. Also, if you at least want to go with how D&D broadly works, so you can't stack the advantage until it's positive, homie.
The shot.
No, I respect the ask, but
Oh, that is a great check. Your DC to beat was 25.
Can I use the help action?
no, because again, you can't stack.
You can't
it
stack
until it's positive.
advantage.
No.
Well, I'm trying to get away from this.
You kind of just gotta accept it at this point.
Krishna, you are going to take 2d8 of fire. You take 2d8 of fire damage. You take 2 damage.
Easy.
Okay.
Wait, what? I take 2 just flat 2.
You take 2 damage. I don't know what.
Your God's favorite princess.
As the judge's grip burns your arm, he teleports away. All right. With
That could have
that,
gone worse.
let's switch over to Hope.
Oh.
Hope.
Okay.
You are sitting on the flotilla of these Shiverspine sailors, privateers. As you are waking up, coming to from a night of enjoying yourself and just seeing how they sail and how they live life, your party has gone off into the town. You can start tracking them down, just like groggily stretching and waking up. I would say you see the High Judge start moving towards the town. He has been floating over the bay. And as you are kind of like, what is going on up there? You are going to see the High Judge reappear in a burst of flames back over the harbor, and in his arms is someone flailing. They are wearing the same clothes the last time you saw Krishna in, and he throws them. Falling.
Oh.
Do you want to do anything? Hope. Otherwise,
I want to grab a rowboat.
Please tell me I just go into the water, not go pancake on surface.
All right. Matt, here's what will happen. You are going to take 10d10 or 10d6 of falling damage. I am going to give you a dexterity saving throw as you are flailing, falling, spiraling through the air. You can try and correct yourself and get into a dive and break the water surface. On a success, you'll take half as much damage.
I already rolled that. 22.
Beautiful. So let's see. What is Alexa? What is half of 39?
19 or 20, depending on how you round it.
Let's go with 20. I think you round up in 5th edition.
Yep.
Thanks, Taylor.
Oh, down. Okay.
Oh, thank
19.
God!
Matt,
Would you rather Alexa tell you, or?
you are going to take 19 points of bludgeoning damage as you are thrown into the sea. The High Judge is going to sit, continue to sit and hover over the bay, watching you fall and splash into the water. Krishna, give me another perception check with disadvantage.
I feel all my actions from early in the campaign are now coming back to bite me in the ass.
I feel sort of left
Is it
out.
karma?
Is it? Are they gonna kick you into it?
You're just a fish means
Fucking
nothing!
great roll.
Disadvantage is 19.
And Krishna sure as hell can't out wrestle a devil, but they can survive the rest of the consequences, apparently.
2 damage from fire. 22 on the deck save.
Holy.
25 with disadvantage. All right.
Krishna, are you bleeding?
I'm probably in so
Yeah,
much
19
pain.
damage. That's way over half.
Well, did they make the save or did they fail the save with the 22?
I made the save.
They made the save. Yeah, but Krishna,
Oh,
you
that's not
are
too bad.
bloodied.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you're 1 point away from bloodied. So I
Yeah,
would
you're
say
fine.
you're not
I
like.
guess I could take that.
I'm just in a shit ton of pain.
Relaxing. If anything, it's fine.
It is
That's better than
the
me.
worst pain I've ever experienced at this point. That isn't killing me.
Yeah, wow, you got so lucky on those fire dice. 1
Yeah.
point away from bloody. This could be a lot worse.
Could
So,
die from those fire.
Krishna, as you fall into the water, you are able to get yourself into a dive. It is still like a fucking high dive that you weren't like expecting. You break the surface. I would say either hands or feet first. It is abrasive. For the most part, you are good. You haven't broken any bones or anything. You shoot down into the water, and you can look around here and see kind of below and off into the ocean vague forms of these obsidian struts. The different spikes, the different things just like arching in different directions. Thankfully, you weren't thrown onto any of those, but very interestingly, you can see swirls of where this obsidian has been shaped almost with an artisan's hand in ways that does not look like it's carved. There are tunnels and caves down here of something else is living down here. And I don't think it's too much of a stretch for the party to assume that the lone siren has made some sort of nest here, as she has been being sighted around town.
Oh.
And it is said that moonsingers save dying sailors at sea. You can only imagine that you are bait. However, I think there's like this other fear of like almost watching like a bear's den or like a wolf's den, of like the lone siren has only ever been known as like a creature of death. You've seen some of her work firsthand, and above you there is the High Judge waiting, so I think there's like this terrifying like alternating pull here. What's Krishna doing?
Trying to swim back to safety.
Okay. You want to swim to the surface?
Yeah. Cause fuck this shit, I'm out.
Okay.
I mean, you're gonna swim to the High Judge?
No, I'm gonna try to swim to the party.
Oh, you're gonna. So
Oh.
the nearest, the best grass for getting back, to the city, is gonna be port grass. Swimming westward. It is quite a bit of distance. It'll take you a few rounds. You can try and get onto one of these other nearby obsidian spikes, and I'll say a dash action can get you there in 1 turn of swimming to the surface and 1 turn of dashing, and you're good on that. Do you want to just like find something to cling to for safety, or do you want to try and get to port grass?
Port grass.
All right.
I'd rather at least attempt to get my ass saved than die due to something in the water.
Krishna, you can swim to the surface. As you do, a strike of lightning is going to hit the water, this constant stream. There is a fear there's red lightning. As the lightning trails across the surface, there is a wall of flames blocking your path.
It's karma.
Hold on. What's that? About that, Insomnia was asking me a question.
I have to figure out what brand of pot I'm looking for.
All right. Hope. There is a set of fire blocking you from Krishna as you are rowing towards her. Do you want to do anything else? Or do anything differently?
I'm on the other side of the wall of fire.
I would
They're
say
both-
yes.
Foxy and Krishna, okay. I'm going to try... I cannot see Krishna.
Before the wall of fire occurred, could Krishna see Hope?
Yeah, I would say you see somebody coming from the flotilla towards you.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, I'm going to shout a healing word through the wall of fire.
Okay. As you guys are, well, actually, let's jump back to Easy real quick. Easy, what are you doing in all of this? You tried to wrestle Krishna free. Unfortunately, the creature can teleport, and it is gone with her.
On that subject, I tried to wrestle. I mean, I imagine the idea is that I like pull, didn't keep my grip. That the devil can just teleport the people it intends to.
Yeah, it teleports everything it's holding as its action, which counts as Krishna.
My point was that I feel like my hands were on Krishna. Hence the wrestling.
So, your claim is that you wanted to be teleported with the judge? I'm
Yeah, I
okay
mean-
with
I mean-
that. Roll me a...
You know what? Pause. You know what? I'm just gonna say no. I should have brought this up earlier. We've already gone through a whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I was okay with Easy clinging to
No,
the,
and I
judge's
also feel
back.
weird, like, retconning a shit ton of things. Because
That's
we
fair.
just went through a whole version of this where I'm still in the Calkin cave being like, oh shit, how am I explaining this to Laya?
Oh my goodness.
Laya sees all of this happening, by the way, the same as Hope. Of like,
I see them
that
being
looks
dangled
like
out.
Krishna, but
Krishna
Krishna
vampire.
wouldn't do that.
Why is Krishna fly? Oh my god, that's Krishna.
Aladai failed the save too. He is against
Why
the-
am I the boss? Why do I need to be explained?
And plus, I owe you money.
Yeah, Krishna owes you money.
Christmas does owe me
We're
money.
partners in this, so you should be kept abreast of things, and also, I don't know, it just feels like Hope's the boss.
Hope's the boss?
Yeah.
No, the opposite.
You didn't get the memo.
I didn't get the memo. That's my bad. You know, I haven't gotten.
We had a
to my
meeting
email.
Thursday.
Oh, I mean, so he failed. So sorry. So he failed too, right? So I mean, we're
Yeah,
both
he
just...
failed the check, but he was on the other side of the vault. He could not come closer.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Can I actually walk out of this cave,
Yeah, I would say.
or am I stuck in a magma cave where I'm just gonna slowly roast to death like
So,
I'm a fucking
his-
hot roast?
His dreadful only lasts as long as you can see him. So after like a few seconds, like, fuck, like you can calm down. You're good. You've got control of your faculties again.
Okay, good manager.
Well, honestly speaking, I was asking if I could physically walk out, not like oh
yes,
I'm too
yes,
scared.
you
Like,
can.
Like, will I burn
uh,
my feetsies because it's mostly magma now?
it is going to cool in the absence of his presence.
Vampire guy, okay?
Aladai looks pretty shaken.
Here's a character sheet.
And oh wait, there's a character. Show it. Did you show it?
I'm surprised he doesn't need to change pants.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. I'm looking for it.
The vampire, I don't
Self-press,
think they poop.
Fitra. I don't know. I'm looking for him. I don't know. I didn't make it. I was gonna say I can give a description of him. Oh, there he goes, right at the top.
Mhm.
Great.
All right.
He's part orc. Milk
Yeah.
guy.
Looks half orc. Aladai is going to recover on the back of this wall, and he is going to say, "Shit, that thing's a menace up close." So do you want to file a report about your missing companion?
Yeah, well, who's that gonna go up to? The guy who took her is basically like, what? I'm gonna file a report with the cops? That's the head cop.
That do be judge, jury, and executioner by literal definition.
Yeah, and I think Aladai is
I think I can report a state action.
gonna say 16 years has been too long for this shit.
I would
60.
look. I agree wholeheartedly with you, but we also just kind of confirm that maybe we ought to watch how we word things.
I think he's still like really rattled. Like, it's worth noting, in the Kalkin hierarchy, he's the one who has to watch the office. Like, this is one of their newest recruits. Not to say he's inexperienced in fighting, but I would say he's inexperienced in dealing with huge, like, magical monstrosities so far. That he's still like one of those lower members, and
I'm
I would
mostly
say
arguing that Easy's composed not because he's, fought devils before, but as a man powered by rage. I
Fair.
feel like I just have a firmer control of my faculties. If anything, internally, Easy's like, oh fuck, I am actually not ready to kill that thing, even if I get the Devil Slayer. But like, good face for the boy. Good face for the boy.
Good faith for the boy.
Aladai is gonna say, "Oh, come on, let's go upstairs and get whatever paperwork I can, and maybe we can send someone to search out for her. Maybe you can get the body back for a funeral."
Ideally.
All right, walking back upstairs into the office. The windows of the office are still open, and I would say you can see the High Judge is floating out over the bay.
Oh shit.
Well,
This is going swimmingly.
but
I think I found where my friend went, and I'm not happy about it.
oh fuck. It'd be worse. At least I survived.
Also, I'm sorry. I
For now.
don't know that. I also don't know
That's
how true
true.
that is.
Oh, he's a wall of fire.
You don't see.
Rob is not
this,
convinced of that currently, and Easy definitely doesn't know.
Well,
There's a giant
How
wall of
about-
fire in the ocean.
I speed this up a little bit. As
All right, Krishna,
There's-
new sheet time.
Yeah, I like, cause like I'm gonna say, like, there's gonna be mostly weird banter, paperwork filling out because, look, Easy's not half Mirai. It's not like jumping into the ocean is gonna help Krishna.
Well, how
Uh,
far underwater does that wall of fire go?
So
um
I'm mostly gonna apologize for the door.
Krishna, it's not that the wall is preventing you from swimming under it. That is something you can completely do. It's that the High Judge wants you to be bait over here for whatever he is trying to lure out.
Yeah.
So you can swim in that direction, but I wouldn't say, like, I won't make you roll an insight check or anything for Krishna to think if I keep going that direction, he's probably just going to do it again. That said, Hope, you can try your best rowing over here in the bay towards Krishna.
Ooh, can I roll for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Right.
First motor vehicle check.
Plus 12, 20, or sorry, plus another 6, so 18. I don't know how to put expertise on here.
Yeah, I will say you can redirect around the wall, get the boat in a position that, like, you and Krishna can tangentially connect. As you are furiously, like, rowing towards her, like, you see a line of connection of where you'll be able to reach out and get her in this boat, getting around this wall. There are bubbles coming up from the bay.
Uh-oh.
Each one releasing a bit of mist and fog building from beneath you all. If there is any type of skirmish or showdown to happen, Hope and Krishna are going to be caught in the middle of this. Krishna, you get no more perception checks. Unless you want, if you want to make any, you roll them with disadvantage. Hope, give me a free perception check.
Okay. There you go.
Hope, people are gathering around on the different walkways of these grass.
That's not good.
It's almost as if you're in the middle of a crucible or some sort of arena, and they are coming to watch you. Your main attention is, like, focused on getting Krishna, but ever so often you can look up to each of these different walkways. In the Allison grass, though, something catches your eye, a glint of light, a reflection of something. There are several people with cloaks gathered. One of them has a blinding bow in hand, and it seems that they are taking advantage of whatever opportunity this has created, and they are going to pull the bow back, and it is gathering light and energy, and they unleash a shot. It is a beam 5 feet wide, 200 feet long. It pierces straight through the High Judge before the shot fades away. The rest of these people begin lobbing spells at the High Judge. It turns its focus, and the person readies another shot. this one striking the High Judge through the chest. As it is hit by a nat 20.
What?
I just get crit dead. We win.
Finally! Hallelujah!
The High Judge is going to start to fall before catching itself, grabbing its cape, and disappearing in a burst of flames.
He likes fire. I'm noticing.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the portrait, but
Hey, look, all I'm saying, if our job's to destabilize Red X, that's one insurrection started. Good job, guys.
All right, Hope. These people are going to run and climb and hide and disappear. Easy.
the cockroaches.
As you are like filling out the paperwork in the office with Alidai, Alidai is it's like, okay, so I'm gonna need shit. That's our moonbow. As he sees like the first shot fly across the bay, and then the second shot, and he's going to run to the window and it's like, those are our armaments. Unfortunately, from this angle, neither of you can see who was wielding them. In either case, Krishna, the fires are going to fade. That mist is still building. You can grab Hope's hand and get into
Let's get out of
her, ship.
Yeah. Probably due to the pressure, water pressure differences. There's probably some blood coming out of my ears or nose.
And
Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't say you're bloodied, but yeah,
Well-
Krishna is definitely beat up. Go ahead and roll 1d4 plus Hope's wisdom modifier. She did cast Cure Wounds on you.
Great.
Or healing word.
Yeah, I can throw it.
But yeah, otherwise, the two of you can make your way back to the port grasp.
7 healing.
Oh, wow.
I nat 1. Oh, one of them.
Easy.
I
If
mean,
you
D4 is fine.
are watching any of this and you've left the office, you can see, presumably, Krishna is alive. Somebody has saved her.
Yeah, I mean, I probably, ambled over at some point. Would I have any idea? Like, I mean, is there like a vantage point I could get to be like, oh, it's Hope?
Oh, yeah, I would say as you see her row back towards the, flotilla.
Extremely well.
Yeah. Just you would make out the colors. You can tell like that's Krishna and like, oh, Hope's probably awake. And if you want to make your way back there, you all can reconvene.
I just have like my hand above my eyes, like doing the whole thing, and it's just like, man, Hope's got great form.
Olympic level rowing.
Yeah.
One
Wrong
day
campaign.
we're just gonna have like a small campaign, and it's gonna be somebody like establishing an international Olympics in Ilderon, and then Hope can try and get the gold in rowing.
Yeah, for a tiny elf lady, she's got great core muscles apparently.
How about we'll fast forward a little bit. I would like to do the party reconvening, and then I'll jump over to Laya trying to find someone to get into this luncheon.
Yeah, but do I actually, like, see my party member get blown the fuck up? Like, do, like, the judge, like, fucking teleport away in the mist of fire after being shot the fuck up?
How much of this did you see, and how much
Yeah,
of it was like identifiable information?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's what I really need to know.
Okay, in my
before
head,
do
I
anything.
just have this image of just me getting flung out of wherever I was, just flying through the
Yeah, so I would say, like, so this is an inspiration image in the background of what the town looks like, but not like a 1-for-1. But I'm gonna circle something on here. If you see this structure, that would be kind of like what high grasp is. And Chris or Laya, you would be making your way up to the lighthouse like that, going through like chiseled in steps into the strut, wooden walkways, and just making your way, through each level of high grasp. So I would say, yeah, you would, as you zigzag your way up this spire, you can see like, oh, that looks like Krishna. Probably not Krista. Holy shit! Like, that guy just got fucked up.
God fucking damn it, I leave for 2 minutes! What happened?
Anyway, smash cut to the boat. So
Yeah, we smash cut to the boat, because fuck whatever I'm doing. I just saw that, and like, God fucking damn it.
Do you want to make your way back to the
I
port
do.
crest? Okay.
you just look up to Krishna getting choke slammed into the ocean.
Yeah, okay, that's Krishna. Oh, he's getting shot. What the fuck happened? How did it go so wrong? I just picked out a book and I went to a cafe. How has shit escalated so fast?
All right. Yeah.
Think
Before, wait, is there any fish in the water?
In
Or
the sea,
I feel like I'm pulling one out of my clothing.
Yeah.
you got shotgunned into a fish.
Just imagine the wall of fire was like when people throw dynamite.
Yeah.
Dead ones.
I want to say, I think the moral of the story is don't be polite in Red Axe.
I mean, he didn't choke slam me, and most of my thoughts probably would have been like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck
Yeah,
you."
that's what I did.
friends."
You're good.
But yeah, hope you can tie the boat back to the flotilla as soon as you get Kristen off and you're tending to her wounds. Laya and Easy can make their way back there. It's been a little while. You all ride the lift down, and Laya and Easy would have like that uncomfortable almost elevator.
I was
thing.
gonna
You
ask
see
a
that
reaction.
shit?
Okay, so what the fuck happened? Later,
And it's like-
the elevator just okay. What the fuck? I'm going like 10 minutes.
Laya.
I might have made a comment
A comment?
about committing an act or two of terrorism.
Did you not remember he was flying in the sky?
In
And
my
I said he
defense-
could probably hear us, and then he looked at us to confirm it.
You know, I don't know exactly what set him off. I don't know if it was like 3 strikes and you're out kind of thing. But
You
if
did it for the what?
I'm just saying that like a lot of objectionable shit comes out of my mouth.
Yes.
But the comment that set him off for sure was kind of was like I wasn't even that. It wasn't not serious, but it definitely was sarcastic.
So,
What did you do?
out of character, is baseball a thing?
Ilderon's got a few sports. I would say the closest thing to baseball is sharding, and
Do any of them
close enough.
involve 3 strikes, or is he just saying stuff?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Okay, that might have been an anachronism, but
Um,
the general concept of like, look, I
Why
don't know if it was like,
Why
you
did
know,
Krishna get choke slammed into the
that I can't tell you. I don't know why he singled out Krishna. There was a vampire with us. Like he scanned all of our memories, I'm pretty sure, and he picked Krishna out of all of us. I'm blaming all the ball kicking. That girl needs to get right.
You all get to the bottom of the lift, and
I'm just
make your
yelling
way
at
up
me.
the top.
He just like, what the fuck?
Which I love this
The
image,
party
by the
is
way.
back
Because
together.
he's like a 6'6", like he's a linebacker being just torn to shreds verbally by this goblin woman.
I feel like my hair is actively graying. I'm already older, and it's just not good. I'm so stressed out.
And when they come down, can just the first first thing they see out of me is just pulling a fish out of my back.
And you!
Back?
What the fuck? What happened? What happened to you? How did you get chokeslammed? How are you alive? I saw the explosions. You shouldn't be alive.
To answer how I survived, I have no clue.
Dice
Mm.
bullshit.
And and as to why I got flung through the air, he made an offer and I refused it politely.
Well,
told
you
him-
can't be polite. It's Red Axe.
Yeah, but I mean, oppression is just the death of the soul.
I didn't want
Okay,
to
okay.
eat.
think we have-
You know what, Easy? That's enough out of you. Apparently, your little ideology of invocational advocacy of it has ruined today for me. I was going to have a nice little dinner lunch. I was going to have a nice talk, maybe be friendly, and I had to give all that up because I'm chasing your ass after you get choke slammed out of the fucking
Who are
sky.
you gonna
You
have
owe
lunch
me
with?
100 gold. You're not allowed to die until you pay that back.
I think my
Who are
soul's
you
worth
gonna have
50
lunch
gold.
with? Like, who did I interrupt lunch with?
The Castelliar.
Oh, okay. I'm just. Look, if I say what I'm thinking right now, we might be re-meeting our guest.
It's
God, it's
worth noting.
He got shot
After
anywhere. He's gone.
that gang attacked him, you feel that presence lifted. He is somewhere far away.
He took a hit to the
I
chest. It
feel
looked
like I
it
can
did double
speak a
damage.
tad more freely.
God, you might genuinely be worse than working with the McGimblex. Like, holy shit. That took a few months off my lifespan, which he doesn't sound like a lot, but it's not a long lifespan.
Meanwhile, I just woke up. What are we talking about? Why did Krishna get slammed in the ocean?
I really can't. Wait, okay, Krishna explained it. Apparently, he was offering her some kind of deal, and she told him to shove it. Politely, oddly enough. Though, I don't know if she had told him unpolitely, it would have gone any better for her.
Well, he read my mind, so I was like, you know what? I don't want to die.
Well, he
You
read
didn't
my
try to
mind too, and I didn't get offered a deal. I kind of feel left out.
You didn't try to kick him in the nuts, did you?
No!
Okay, I just had to check.
Easy,
Alright, I have to check.
It would be par for course.
Easy and Krishna,
Oh no, Andre was
can
forced there.
roll me a I would say either history or insight if you want to try to understand the High Judge's actions.
Just the thought of Krishna getting angry at that.
Yeah,
No, I didn't kick him in the nuts. I had to check.
I would say
You said history or
Easy.
insight?
yeah, go ahead. I'll wait for you if you're going to roll it. You don't have disadvantage.
It should be
so
normal,
it's
yeah,
17. So I'll give each of these separate because they're different types of rolls. For easy, you're traveled. You're well traveled. You've been around Cedal more than once. Most rumors of Moonsingers are that they are this blessing upon the sea that sailors see in their times of need. Here in Red Axe, the Lone Siren has only ever been this destructive force, absolutely just constantly keeping your navy on their toes, and dead sailors oftentimes get lost, and it's reported that they're seen again aboard the Lone Siren, fighting alongside her. So you can kind of surmise, like, with those two things together and the High Judge's grudge, that the High Judge was trying to tempt the Lone Siren with, a soul for her legion. Or
Okay, so I can connect all of that, and I know it's a history check. Can I connect perhaps why Krishna was better bait?
I think so.
Yes, I will answer that. But I'm gonna go to Krishna and just this is all the information you all get on this. Krishna, you know exactly that yes, you were bait. Something dangerous is living under Southcrest. There are reported sights of the lone siren, and you're probably being used to draw her out. I think the party has different fractured information, like Laya knows why the lone siren's here. Krishna kind of knows like maybe where to search for her den at, and Easy would like have this historical insight to like how Moonsingers function. As to why Krishna was chosen, I would say it's not entirely known if people transition in On Death. A lot of what the Lone Siren uses to a lot of what the Lone Siren uses as crew on her ship to fight are skeletons that are then woven flesh and form for the assault, and those often take the form of beautiful women and spirits of the sea. If the Lone Siren only takes women, or if she turns everyone into women, uncertain, but probably
She
more of a
transies
reason
their gender.
But if
why
you're
Krishna
basically if you're a
was-
weird
yeah.
but if you're a weird devil trying to bait it out, your information would mostly suggest ladies.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense.
I imagine we disseminate that to the.
Yeah,
Are you,
each of
are
you
you
has
telling us
that
that?
that separate bit of information, but as you're like talking as to why this happened, those thoughts would like be at the front of your mind.
Okay. So he was trying to. So they're hunting each other. That's funny.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They should just make out instead.
I agree.
I don't ship it.
I don't know if she only takes beautiful women. Do you think And I just like do the lip wrist.
I mean, the flaming ball of animated. It's a flaming ball of animated armor. Are we even sure it's gendered?
I mean, that's kind of the point, right?
Notice the DM referred to him as it a lot.
I was just saying that she likes girls.
I mean,
I don't know if it classifies as a girl. I guess if it identifies as a girl, it is, but I don't know.
you know,
I wouldn't assume as such.
He threatened me. He met me once, invented my mind, and then.
Yeah,
So it's I didn't get a chance to ask how how it identifies and stuff. I would insinuate that it's a male. Mostly,
I'm almost-
Of all the
spread
conversations,
salacious rumors about the consummate, but that's a me problem.
did okay.
I'm
Most
almost
parties
upset.
are
Yeah, I'm almost upset I didn't go with you to stop you, but I'm really, really glad that I wasn't there.
Yeah, look, I made a promise. You weren't there when I fucked up.
And I respect you for keeping that. I really appreciate it. I would prefer you didn't fuck up in general, but if you have to,
You know what?
at least.
I stand by the things I said that elicited that response. That lady points at the fucking sold those slums to the Ruby Alliance.
Yeah. What's your point?
It's not her land to sell.
Yeah, what's your point?
Forgot that I'm dealing with an amoral goblin.
Look, here's the thing. If you want to plan and revolutionize and fight, you do so in secret. If it can hear everything, write it on pieces of paper.
It was a little spur of the moment. I was still processing the trauma of learning that yet another cog in the wheel of oppression that is Red Axe has decided to spin against its people.
Look, I need you to understand. Everything everywhere always will ever suck.
Damn.
Just is what it is. People in power will do things to stay in power, and those who will do the worst things continue to stay in power. It's just how shit works.
It's a very harsh truth for Hope.
Yep.
It's not a harsh truth. It is the words of a person who is devoid of optimism.
You know, that's not an untrue statement. But also, if what I said was incorrect, things would be different. I mean, hey, if you want to fight against that, all the power to you. I don't discourage you from doing so. But you have to be smart and cunning and sneaky, and you gotta hide in the shadows, and you gotta slit fucking throats, alright? You can't be loud and proud with this shit.
As you all are talking, Captain Seema is going to swagger over to all of you.
What's he do?
They have a water skin in their hand, question mark.
Is he in the desert?
He's a wineskin. We all know what it is.
As they take a drink from it, and they're going to look at all of you talking and say, I like the powerful. Easy to steal from.
See, he gets it. Well, they get it. If it was,
get it at all.
I think they get it. Look, if there's the rich and powerful, and you want what they have, you gotta go take it yourself.
I feel like
I mean, you killed a lot of people, right, Seema?
Seema is going to say, what I saw were 2 radiant bolts of light shooting across the bay. What I would give for a weapon like that, it could split a merchant ship in half.
Called a moon bow.
I want it.
Why is it called a moon bow?
I don't know, probably because it's filled with the power of the gatekeeper.
It shoots the moon.
Myra! Myra! Where's Myra?
It was in the Calkin vault until it got stolen.
They were doing like errands on, like they were doing errands across the bay. I can't actually remember. I wasn't too focused on them.
They were gonna go lunch with the Elicitar. Maybe that's where she is.
Seema's face is going to widen into a big smile. She's gone for the day. Shims! Come on.
Oh, no.
We got some people to find to rob.
Hey, the bow shot came from Allison Grass, by the way.
You know, there's a bunch of Ruby Alliance people in the Vapor Grass because they're setting up shop there. Bet you security's pretty lax.
Well, roll me a persuasion check. He's gonna say, fuck. Or they're gonna say, fuck. New weapon. A shit ton of money.
You can get the shit ton of money and buy the new weapon.
I mean, would you sell something like that if you had it?
Yeah, I could make another one.
Everyone has a
You
price.
could make another weapon imbued with the power of the gatekeeper that can harm devils.
I mean, I have the schematic, yeah.
I don't
If
think
I built
that's
the
the same
I
thing.
can build the second. I mean, I didn't personally, but if I could build something, I could build it again.
But you know, she makes a
Seema's
good
gonna
point. You know,
deflate a little bit and say, "Yeah, we'll go poke around Vapor Grass. Maybe somebody knows who they are, and maybe they're looking for a new ship to sail on."
Well,
That's
easy.
Also, always helpful to carry
That's-
the gold for the Ruby Alliance. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's so heavy.
Of course. So heavy.
so heavy.
I like the way they think. But easy. I know I've just spent the last 30 minutes yelling at you, which you do deserve.
Wow.
But now that things are slightly different in circumstance, and I just like wave my arms up into the sky. Technically, there isn't a big thing stopping you from going and freeing up the rest of the slaves in a violent revolt.
That's a good point. And also, I
And
was invited to dinner by a goblin family, so.
yeah, and I'm just kind of looking at this. Well, we accomplished our goal, technically, because we figured out why they were here, what they were doing here, and tried to kill them. That's all three. We got time.
I have to meet the blacksmith lady in the morning about a potential way to get a cold iron.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Oh, also,
We
the
are-
Calkin can't immediately begin the process of, getting these collars off anyway, so.
Yeah. Also, a part of our overall ideas and plans. Well, destabilizing a central alliance, and then the new declaration of war that the Calcan have just done. I assume.
Oh, that wasn't
That's
them.
on track. If we stack a slave revolt on that, I feel like we're doing really well for the Chaos Train.
Oh, the Moonbow thing? That's not the Calkin.
I thought the Calcan were working to get this. Was I mistaken?
I mean, it was theirs, but it was stolen out of their vault.
Hilarious.
They weren't the ones firing it. Is Captain Sema around right now?
Captain
me
Sema
view.
is walking across the docks. You can call out to them and they can.
Oh,
enter
no.
your ship.
I explicitly want the
Yeah,
passive
that-
shot.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing fine. Well, that's even better. That means
I
there's
know
even
who
more
fired
chaos.
those arrows.
Who?
Sorry, I'm always gonna get this wrong. It's Alarai? Our, benefactor?
Alarel?
Alarel?
Oh.
Beautiful. Then everything went to plan.
I'm almost positive that she did it so that they could get the weapons to sow chaos.
Hey, and you know what? That's what we're all about here.
Now that you have more information, I'll lower that DC and let you roll on it again. About the missing Calcan weapons, you had a hand in this.
Oh yeah, what was the check? I forgot.
The check was initially 14. It was a history of trying to remember what Alarel had you do here and why. Yeah, you can kind of connect the dots from one by one of your actions. Definitely lots of assaults on caravans and supplies coming in and out of the city, stealing maps and giving them, and just kind of making a desperate situation in the city of artisans and people who normally have this pretty comfortable life in South Crest, almost like this fire pot of anger. And I would say that there was probably some sort of in this destabilizing force, some sort of action Easy has taken that pushed the Consummate's fury towards one of these groups that normally lives on the outskirts of these towns, just all these different tribes and Yandars, and just increasing that desperation. You could kind of follow the line of, this is what Alarel wanted. She wanted people in the city, especially in places of strong support of the Consummate, to just be filled with unrest and hard to maintain. So the plan was completely for, these outer warriors to be inside the city, running amok of it. I would say with that 19, you can narrow it down between what I would say probably two tribes of orcs from the southern peninsula here. One of the two were having a hard time getting supplies just based on your actions. and kind of collapse them into the city.
So we've been causing a lot of so basically, by association, we've been causing a lot of problems in this town already.
Yeah, I would
I
say
might have accidentally given them a prime shot to cause to escalate this by giving the High Judge the kind of bait necessary to get a moonbow shot off on him.
I kind of figured that you would, and if Alariel is smart as me, then you were sent here with that explicit purpose, which I dislike. You know, being
Yeah,
attacked.
look, I learned a long time ago to be comfortable with the fact that she's just really gonna get me killed at some point.
No, here's the thing. If it was purposeful and entirely purposeful, genuine, 20 out of 10, incredible move, very, proud. If it was, half purposeful, it might happen, then I'm upset.
I feel like you're more upset by the fact that she didn't put up more guardrails to ensure her actions than the using my tendencies as a potential catalyst.
Look, if the smart plan's smart, am I going to be, upset about it? What's the usefulness in that?
Just trying to make sure exactly where your anger is lying.
It's lying in the fact that it wasn't a great plan, because I could have stopped it had I just been around more.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I will.
Pretty sure that
You may be tall, but I will climb you and I will seal your lips with
I'm
staples.
just
All right, don't
saying,
you
once
test
I
it.
learned about the vapor grass, I think this was inevitable.
Look, I understand, but I could have just, maybe persuaded you into being quiet about it and just promise you we're
Was
going to go
that
free
damn
enough
airship in eyesight as well?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Wait,
know
and
if
that, and that symbol of avarice? Like,
I mean, why don't you just go put bombs on it?
I wonder if I could fly that.
You don't have bombs?
There are golden streamers of gilded golden streamers wavering off the airship,
actually,
just
you know what? I
catching
actually do
sunlight.
have a bomb. I still have that horn of blasting jelly.
See? See? You act like I don't know what's going on. I could have talked to you into it. Could have been like, oh, let's just go try to get our way onto the airship. You could have gone, said you're going to use the bathroom, climb up, blow it up.
Easy's kind of thinking, can a horn of blasting jelly sink an airship?
Well, it depends. I could have looked up, is it a big balloon, or is it just a flying ship?
Airships in Ilderon are a mess of enchanted runes. It is a normal sailing ship that is levitated into the sky.
I mean, yeah, if
I could probably sail that.
If you put it on the very underneath on the keel of it, and you just that's it. All structure integrity falls apart.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm not. I'm saying that this is the conversation we would have had. I would have been able to tell it directly into your head.
Anyways, what's the next plan? I mean, obviously, I have some slaves to free, but if that's what we're gonna do, we should think of a plan that isn't,
So now we care about planning.
Look, I care. I plan.
You
I don't feel like
about your
like
plan
saying
up
that
there.
I don't plan, and it's just look. I wasn't exactly prepared to deal with something that could hear me from fucking 500 feet away.
Well, look. Here's a really great way to live your life. Always pretend that somebody is listening and watching you, because they probably are.
You're gonna get me so paranoid, though.
If I
I don't know what
jump
you're talking
in,
about.
to give you all a little bit of direction, I think you have 3 options in front of you. You need a reagent from the lone siren that only she can craft.
Yes, but I don't know this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, doesn't it say blessed by a moon singer?
I don't think Easy is aware of the fact that she is a moon singer.
Ah,
I
fair.
feel like Easy
Okay.
just knows that she's a weird. She's just the Flying Dutchman. She's just
That's
a weird
fair.
sea spirit.
So, well, just laying out your options as a party, trying to find some water breathing potions and go explore beneath the bay is option 1 to get that reagent. Option 2 would be going and talking to Marissa to collect information on the status of Southcrest to perhaps better help Alarel plan sparking more unrest in the area. And option 3 would be finding out whoever stole the weapons from the Kalkin, and potentially either acquiring those for yourselves or returning them to them. And then I would say in doing any of that in the in-between, you can guide the prisoners to the Kalkin office so that when that seeker gets back tonight, they can start removing all of those curses. So 1, chase the lone siren. 2, talk to Marissa and get more info for Alaril. 3, chase this gang of orc thieves.
Okay, then, like, if you're willing to hear me out here, well, this might sound like the most insane option. It is the one that I've technically done the most preparation for. Would you guys enjoy trying to talk to the lone siren with me?
I want to go underwater.
You're not going underwater?
No, I want to.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
That sounds fun.
Why in various gods' names would we want to talk to the weird witch that rides the waves?
Well, weird's a strong word for it. You know, you gotta be a little amendable about these things. But, well, they're trying to kill the judge, and they're gonna be really useful for chaos. Also, if a moon singer's evolved, they're probably involved. And, you know,
But she's a moonslayer?
I mean, yeah.
Well, you guys have met her, haven't you?
Not directly. We've interacted at a distance with her twice.
You gotta give me a
I've
second.
ever-
I'm trying to weigh the options of whether or not what to tell you.
Her?
Oh, hold up.
You know, Laya, as you say that, I'm gonna ask for an insight check from the rest of the party.
Okay.
Because you haven't met her, right? And it's like, hold on, let me decide how I'm gonna respond to you.
Not exactly.
Is something that communicates information on its own.
And I feel like Easy understands all of that, despite the 4.
Well, yeah. If you have it as a player, you have it as a player. But I would say for Hope and Krista of like, yeah, no, we haven't seen her. And Laya's like,
I saw her.
or haven't met her. And Laya's like,
Yeah.
Hold on. You can say, wait, what?
We didn't. We saw her at a distance.
No, Taylor,
They're-
last
they're-
session, the lone siren came to Laya. Literally invaded her dream.
Okay.
There's a lot of understanding that I have about the siren through not a very long term, but ever since I've been to Red Axe, I've been investigating them. Since they've had a lot of connections to a lot of the little sneakier shit that's been going on. It's actually what brought me to Alarel.
Hey, you know, I just didn't realize that she could provide us any piece of this whole Regan situation.
Well, I'm not gonna
that she's a witch.
I'll be honest with you, and it's something that I rarely do, so do appreciate this.
Yeah.
I'm doing it mostly out of my own self-interest, though I do think that she has some ties to whatever the fuck's going on, and she is trying to kill the High Judge, which isn't information you guys question on me for having, which I just assume is because I know things and you guys just kind of accept that. But that is a little weird. appreciate it. But it is mostly motivated by my own self-interest that I would want to do this.
Well, then I don't appreciate you being honest with me, but you wanted to be honest with me and tell me that you were motivated by your own self-interest. You see this face? This is my shock face.
Damn, you wear it a lot.
They didn't have that
Like,
face
I can
in
see
the
why it was so
building.
easy for you to be honest with me in this context. It was the one thing you can't lie about.
Well, I could, but it wouldn't be very convincing.
Anyways, how are you going to get us to the Lone Siren?
I'm good
Well, I
at
kind of
both.
don't need to.
If you throw me back in the river, you're going with me.
Okay.
Well, one, no. Also, two, I don't know how to swim. But three, I have talked to them, though they prefer Aquan, so I'm going to be reading my book until I can figure out well enough to speak. And then, she'll come to me.
Does the helmet let you speak or just understand?
Just
Free
understand.
hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Yeah,
would also,
if you wanted to talk.
yeah, it's still also useful to expand my ever-growing knowledge base. More languages can't hurt.
Where's my bird? They have not been mentioned this session.
It's your bird. I don't know.
Submarine.
I would say that Kaya is trained. It knows to stay back and be a getaway for Dowie when needed. So if you look around, I would say you would see her perched on like the back end of the flotilla, probably on some raised mast.
Make sure nothing happened to Kaya.
Yeah, and she's probably watching you.
Alright, that's my contribution.
Mhm.
Well, that was what I had. Just if you guys want to do something different, that's fine.
So-
want to rest.
Okay, so we're not going underwater because you can't swim. And we probably don't need to.
I mean, not unless one of you can swim while holding me, because I look.
You're
I just
small.
I don't like water. It's scary.
I mean, we get like a bunch of bags, or maybe we could figure something out.
A bunch of bags?
Yeah, we can make like a. I don't know. We figure something out.
Are you planning to drown me like a sack of puppies? What's going on here?
I thought you were sleeping with the fishes.
What the fuck?
I'm not
Very easy way to volunteer.
I mean, I'm not like a proficient swimmer. I mean, probably support you. I would do.
Look, I grew up in a landlocked area. I'm not like really used to all this red act shit. I've
Right
adapted
next
well.
to a volcano. You think that I'm, a great swimmer?
A volcano and a coast.
I'm still growing up.
I feel like if I'm
I don't know
close
how to
the
address that.
Mount
I
Lima,
don't know how to-
I'm not close to the ocean.
Oh. Look, it's fine. Whatever. What are the other two things that we could do?
We can go to the Elicitar and talk about stuff with her. I am not a fan of this, not because I think it's a bad idea, but because I will not be polite.
Okay, but do you understand that there is value in lying and deceiving your enemies?
Yeah, I just am not capable of it in this particular context.
We did learn today being polite's a bad thing, so.
Oh, hardy har har.
If anything, I am noting the value of it by being self-aware enough to know that I cannot accomplish it.
Fair? Would
So
you
if
like?
you want to do with that, then I would either need to just stay on this boat, or somehow magically have my ability to talk stripped from me.
You did threaten Staples.
I wasn't actually gonna do that.
He's a barbarian. You could take it.
Look, I understand that there is like the implication that I'm an amoral monster, but I'm not actually going to torture somebody for my own
No, I
amusement.
figured you weren't gonna staple my mouth shut. But yeah, I'm just telling you that, like, if I am in a room with that woman, especially if it gets boozy, I am.
If he gets what?
It's gonna get bougie. They're a bougie. Like, do you see the thing? They're gonna be a bougie bitch. Boozy?
Bourgeois.
Like, no, like wine.
Why would?
Wrong.
I mean, it's
'Cause then I would
lunch. Who
have
drinks?
They're
No,
rich
like
people. I assume they drink all the time.
Yeah, but small amount.
Also,
Not
they're
enough to
friends
get
with
drunk.
the Shiver Spine pirates.
Former.
They didn't even wake up until
Fuck.
1.
Fuck, you're right. You know what? That's actually a great point. I can't actually argue that.
Former pirates.
He's just gonna
Extreme.
like get off his box for a second and say privateers. And
Yeah.
It's just shrug. And
All right. Let's. Okay, so if that's the case and that's the vibe, I can't do it either. All right, Krishna, you're up.
oh hell no. I'm
What do
going
you
to
mean,
rest.
no? I mean, like you're up. Like I can look. If there's somebody with that energy, I can't match it. I'll die. It's too active.
I'm not taking part
Alright,
in it.
so-
I just
Right,
got drunk.
Laia can't handle this party because she's just past the whole frat party drinking age thing.
I
can't
am well
handle it,
past it.
and I will start a fight.
And Krishna wants none of this.
You might
Krishna
just
drink?
commit terrorist acts while drunk. Which
Oh
I
my
think
god.
What?
I mean, that's worst case scenario, but the best case scenario is that I tell her to her face how much she sucks.
and then commit terrorist acts.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't react well to the whole being called slurs, then yeah.
We have to
probably.
confiscate the
Because-
explosives before we go in.
So, in your
So-
experience, how many people like react well to being called slurs?
Dwarves are actually
More than
okay
you'd
with it,
think.
surprisingly.
You
But
know
I
what?
also think there's an
Interesting.
undergirding of camaraderie there, that they understand that when I say it, we're all still pals. I don't have that kind of relationship with this woman, and I also don't intend it at all jovially.
You know,
But
That was an
also, I
interesting
mean, you know,
lived
I think there's a range of, you know, expectations. Your average Ililnagian will not be happy with you, but they also won't hit you. Your average Ardorian will hit you as a point of honor.
yeah.
Your average Red Axian will also probably hit you. Not as a point of honor, but that's just because how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
I
Probably
hate
wouldn't
it
hit you
here.
anyway.
I gotta say, I hate it here.
Yeah, well, you know, your culture gets kind of screwy when you spend 16 years under the rule of demons.
It's only been 16 years and it's this bad?
Yeah, well,
Holy shit.
Thanks
it's
for
amazing
making
the
me
speed with
feel
which you can
old.
do cultural deterioration when you introduce extraplanar entities.
Mm. Like, I got no, right saying what is and isn't good culture. Maybe some of the demons are chill. I don't know. That one obviously wasn't.
That one was
but
not.
The devil. There's a difference.
Oh, that one can go fuck himself.
I don't think that one knows what chill is. It tries to kill all chill.
Mm.
Krishna
Oh, yeah,
begins
no.
to sort of
I'm
just
sorry, what was the
panic
third
after
thing?
saying
So
that.
we either could have gone and investigated the Lone Siren or gone to the Elicitar, and there was a third thing, and I forgot.
Go after the
Third
weapon.
thing was the gang.
We could go mess with a gang of thieving orcs.
With
have
the moon?
magic weapons.
No, thank you. I think I rather get thrown out the window again.
You know, I
There's
gotta be
only
honest,
5
in
feet
terms
wide.
of the things that we've talked about, they might be the most, like, I don't know,
They'll probably accept slurs pretty well.
the potential Yondar of fucking orcs willing to shoot the judge. That's a group of people I could be nice to. Of
Point.
course, I could be nice to the Lone Siren. I have no opinion on it.
Well, You know.
I mean,
Divide
she's
and
a
conquer,
of the seas,
divide
but
and
she's also
conquer.
You know what?
an explainer entity.
You know
so
what?
it's not
You know
like
what? You know what? Here we go. Divide and conquer. Krishna, get party attired with Hope. You guys are gonna go party.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna be reading a
Oh
book.
I'm
God.
getting my con saves ready.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be reading a book till like nightfall. At which point, I assume me and Easy are going to go free some slaves, and then I'm gonna take a nap and do what I have to do.
I'm fine with that. Everybody else cool with it?
Yeah.
Yes. We're hitting the town. I'm
Alright.
putting on my fancy
The-
clothes.
Once again, I'm going to split up the party, but I will take the dangerous element with me to keep them in
Alright.
check.
You miss
Laundry.
you don't judge my.
Laundry
Look, there's
has-
only so much chaos I can contain with my tiny body. All right.
Laundry
You clearly
has
misinterpret my abilities.
Nah. Look, I believe in you to be a cold, hard Redaxian and get drunk and have fun. I believe in your ability to do that. I don't believe in Laya's ability to do that.
I don't actually know what I'm walking into. Let's go.
And again, it's the exact company. Like, in a general sense, Easy be right there with you. But I have met my natural foil, and it is this woman.
I've met my natural foil,
And
the bourgeoisie.
Right.
Laundry has ensured that Hope is the pinnacle of Red Axe fashion.
Yes.
You all can, or rather, you two can make your way up. High Grasp, I think you would be coming in like halfway through this luncheon at this point, so I would say people are kind of done eating, and there's like more of the fun extracurricular activities. That's not the one. That's not recreational activities happening.
Extracurricular. Went to school.
All right. As you climb Amar Spire, you are you can get to one of the upper rooms before you enter the lighthouse portion. It overlooks the rest of the sea and the grasp. You can see people inside dancing and chatting with one another. There will be a guard just guarding this doorway into this event hall. But sitting near the side of it, you are going to see that other Shiver Spine privateer that Myra took with her last night. They're waiting here, and as the guards move to stop you, they'll speak up and say, "They're with us, friends of Captain Seema." The two guards will stop and say, "Any friends of Seema are welcome here."
I'm gonna give a little curtsy and walk by.
Stepping into the event hall, people are dancing with one another in kind of like a formal ballroom, like rehearsed dance. A formal like line dance with one another. You can see at the head table there is a woman calling the steps as another person is playing the drums, and she is saying, "Step, step, 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 step. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6." And
So I
she
get this moment of
pauses,
fear.
watching someone, and
This is a great
raises
time.
her hand. Myra, who is seated at the high table, also. Let's get some of these portraits up. Southcrest, Boom, A Marissa, and Myra. who is also seated at the high table. She is kicked back in a chair, leaning it on its back 2 legs. She has a spell lock pistol. When Marissa raises her hand, Myra is going to spin it and shoot at one of the dancer's feet. Marissa is going to clap her hands, the music coming to a stop, and say, "See, you have to learn the steps and step in line with everyone else. Otherwise, the whole dance is off, and you wouldn't want your feet getting shot off. The proper steps are," and she will display them, and she'll move in like a graceful manner, clapping as she does. And the improper steps, she stares at the person who got shot at,
Your wrath.
are when you go and you consult with the gore chanters behind my back to try and establish a foothold in my city. Again, this time stay in line. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. And she'll start counting again. There is a heavy tension of the only people who seem like they're having fun in this room are probably Marissa and Myra.
And Hope.
And Hope. Hope, welcome to the dance. This merchant will be rolling performance checks. Their first being a 6. Marissa raises her hand again. Laya, this time taking a much closer shot. And they are going to get a dexterity saving throw, and they're going to fall to their butt trying to get out of the way of it. This will go on for as long as you watch it.
Okay, let's step up then.
Can we
Myra will
take their
see.
gun?
You all are generally friends with Myra.
Mhm.
You want to take her gun?
Yeah, stop
What?
torturing this person. I shoot at their feet.
Marissa is going to wave her hand, signaling the band to continue playing, and there's going to be a bit of relief as she turns her attention to the table. She's going to say, "Myra, friends?" She's going to nod and say, "Lapdogs of Raster, but Seema likes them, we like them, and they're on the shiver spine for now." And when you say stop torturing, Myra is going to spin her pistol several times and then hoister it. She's gonna stand up and say, "Is the captain looking for me?"
No, if anything, he was happy you were gone. I tell it how it is.
Marissa's going to roll her eyes and say, "I give you all practically free authority to act within my domain outside the city, and that man still, or that captain still chooses."
You saw a cool new toy he's going for.
She's going to roll her eyes and say, "The High Judge was supposed to be here today. It is a day of things going wrong. Myra, I trust that you can handle the job you were given." She's going to stand and say, "We're privateers after all." Good. Myra is going to stand up, look at Hope and Krishna, and say, "This place is getting boring anyways." she'll ask, why'd you all trek all the way up here?
Raster sent us to take care of some business.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay.
We completely forgot, didn't we?
No, I know. I don't think I want to tell her.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Oh my! Give me a second.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
very deceptive.
Myra is gonna say, don't bother lying in front of Marissa. She's cool. She's a mean bitch, but she looked out for those in her circle, and her wrath to those outside of it was painful. A better friend than Raster.
Hmm. No, I think I did forget. I thought I knew.
Myra is gonna nod and just say, Hope, you want to see some privateers in action? We have a ship to hit.
We have a ship to hit. Okay. I'm a little opposed to that, but I will like to see it.
Marissa is going to say, I've made a very lucrative deal for myself.
Rob, it's true. We have to say it.
Yes! You literally set the brain damage one to go get drunk.
Aren't you like half dead too?
Yes!
A
Anyways.
Marissa's gonna say, I made a very lucrative deal for myself with the Ruby Alliance. Piles and piles and wagons full of coin and ruby pieces being brought into my port. Fortunately, though, my privateers operate in the waters outside my port.
For the most part.
Myra has a devilish grin on her face as she's going to tell Hope. The Shiver Spine is heading out eastward tonight.
Okay.
Well,
we're staying on it, so I guess we're going eastward.
Hope and
Unless we're-
Krishna, you can get a free insight check
bumping off.
here to kind of
I'm good at that at least.
understand what's happening.
It sounds like a raid. But okay.
Yeah. So Easy told you all he is incredibly frustrated with this lady. She sold an
Correct.
entire section of her town off to the
Correct.
Ruby Alliance. She is bringing her privateers to loot and plunder that vessel that is bringing her the gold for that deal. She is swindling probably
A
everyone.
lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God
Okay.
damn, love her. Girl boss energy. Yes, queen.
Like, I'm not
Um,
some two-timing, two-bit whore.
Is that what you say, Krishna?
No!
No.
Mhm. Hey, Krishna's been doing good about keeping her comments.
Today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best session.
I mean, she did just get thrown in the ocean like an hour ago.
Yeah.
We ignore that.
I probably saw blood in my ear. Or fish in my
Um,
shirt.
Before Myra moves past you all, Marissa is going to stop her and say, next time you're in town, I'd like to dance with that captain of yours, please. Send them by. Myra's gonna shrug and say, nobody really controls Seema, but I'll see what I can do. She smiles.
He's a man of the SEMA.
Myra is going to move past all of you, nodding, and she'll say, Moonrise, we're out.
That didn't go well.
Krishna, Hope. There is a spot at the head table. A Marissa will turn and sit, and she'll shoo away one person at the table, offering you 2 seats with her.
Well,
I
this
will
is
sit
what it feels
down.
to be wined and dined.
You haven't done either yet.
Hey, it's a lot further. Hey, it's a lot further than what happened this morning.
You got wined and dunked.
I got dunked instead.
Alright, I'll sit down.
She's going to smile and say, Myra said you all are Raster's friends?
Yeah, we've helped out a few times.
Splendid. You can deliver a message for me? Tell him that I understand what he's trying to achieve in my city, and I would very much appreciate if he stopped having his agents work in the shadows outside Southcrest. And that's as friendly as I'll be.
Next time I see him, I'll pass it on.
She is going to smile. You and your Wonderkin sisters have been making quite a stir in this province.
Krista's going to look at her and say, what's that supposed to mean?
Mm-hmm.
It means, and I think she'll just put it more bluntly, it means you and your lot have come from the Walkwater Wilds, all of you Eladrin, and you're stirring shit in Red Axe. It's easy to lose your head here.
That's her teammate's name. I'm not tied in with them, to be clear. I'm just a lone spirit. Except I have a few friends that aren't Wonderkin. So I can't pass a message on to them. We're not really on great terms.
She's gonna nod and say, I can't actually fault Raster for what he's doing. Making all of the roads and routes around Motomalima so dangerous. Interrupting so many caravans. We're getting rich upon all the Yandars having to use our ports and our sea routes. But if he keeps making this much of a stir, I don't want war with the consummate. I was alive for the Crusades. I don't want to see them come back.
Okay. Again, next time I see him, I'll pass it on to calm things down a bit. How bad were the Crusades exactly? That was before my time.
And mine as well.
this is kind of a question to the DM. Like, should we
No, this is fine.
know this or?
No. I would say, yeah, each of you were either in
I'd assume
different
like generally it's really bad, but
regions of the world or babies at the time. She's going to stop and think. The world was in a period of awful action after awful atrocity after awful atrocity, and we were just beginning to recover and forge bonds with our neighbors. The Tide Gate has always been a place of constant turmoil and constant aggression. We thought that inviting others into our lands could resolve some of these matters diplomatically. Red Axe had lost a lot of territory to Alil Nagai and Morzia. And my mother and others who were leading this region long before us came together and decided on an alliance. A strong front of each different province, the collection of Yandars that all work together for each other's good, to band together, to not be 8 different fighting forces, but one. And for diplomacy in one region to expand across multiple. Contracts with one neighbor could expand beyond. We elected a leader, and she sought the power to protect our borders and our waters. And if only we knew where that power was going to come from. When she got so much of it, all of those neighbors that we invited in our attempts at diplomacy to avoid war were slaughtered. Diplomats, ambassadors, people sworn to peace, members of the Four Ascended, followers of the Given Wills, diplomats from Rion, and any who contested the consummate's power that she was granted was deemed to be threatening the alliance and the unity that we had made with one another. She, after she eliminated outsiders, her demons went to each province, and those who thought that we needed different rule, they're in the bridge now, is the nicest way to phrase that.
The bridge. I mean,
Eventually, we tired of war. So did the consummate. But Red Axe is, even when it is weak, we are strong and resilient. The consummate needed something more powerful to keep control over the region. That's when she tried to animate the entire volcano. And the Kalkin en masse came in by the hundreds, nearly thousands, to stop and put an end to the Crimson Crusade. It's a very thin peace that they negotiated with her. And it's a very thin piece that the Alliance is still together. The forces she amassed keeps these waters safe, but it keeps everyone else in fear, and I do not want to draw her ire to South Crest.
Hmm.
Not when everybody else is afraid to fight her.
Yeah, it sounds like something we shouldn't do. Okay. And you think that Raster backing off would help in that venture? Or just be convenient?
From Emmy to Taylor the player, I don't
Yes.
always give you correct information. And
Right. You're doing it from the... I know, yeah. You're doing
Yeah.
it from their perspective, I know.
And I would say Hope knows that Raster is not involved in any of this.
Right.
He is...
That I do remember.
Oh yeah, he is very just... Alorel just handle, the political affairs of stuff. That's not the thing that interests me.
That's kind of why I keep bringing it back towards that, because I'm curious why she thinks it's Raster. But I don't want to just explicitly ask.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But yeah, and I would say she does communicating that to you, like her saying Raster's doing this and you knowing that Raster's not. I think Hope would know this lady is not operating with as much information as you have.
Mm-hmm.
So, and your question was...
Wonder...
I'm sorry, my brain slipped.
But you're okay.
Raster backing off would help her goals.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to say he's enlisted that Wanderkin circle inside of his
Yeah.
inside of his estates. I don't have eyes that see everything, but I have eyes that can see my neighbors. Being between Barbador, Farport, and Crimson Keep, trying to keep allies on each side is...
So as a...
Oh, go ahead.
As a quick question, just because I'm not entirely sure how the spell's going to work. If I use sending to talk with Raster right now, could I prove to her that it was from Raster? Like, could I, like, without a doubt, basically open up a line of communication between the two of them?
So, you're trying to prove Raster's not trying to do anything?
Yeah.
And you're going to send a sending to him, and
Yes, it's 25 words. Is there a way that I could have her like involved to where she knows that I'm not lying to her? It's kind of the specifics.
So,
and if not, I can just do it and then try to explain.
Hope is very young.
Mm-hmm.
So I would feel that she is optimistic in terms of how she views people interacting with each other. But I would say you're starting to learn with your time in Mortal Lands that I would say that Hope's getting some social cues. I don't think there's anything from Raster's mouth he can say that Hope thinks would convince this lady, because of course if somebody was like accused of a crime and they're like, of course I didn't do any crime to you, like that's what you'd say if you did do crime to me. That's true.
Except that he was saying it to me, but yes, that's true.
Yeah, and I would say
the Raster has no real reason to not lie to me, so
yeah, I would say that if Hope can find a way navigating around that social barrier of everything Raster could communicate is something that someone who also did the crime would want to say.
Okay. I'm not gonna bother then. Okay, makes sense.
Backing off, how does that help you? I think that was what you asked.
Yes. I obviously would, but
Marissa is going to gesture eastward and say, Crimson Keep is one city up the coast. It's the province right next to us. If Raster angers the consummate, no matter what, she's coming through Southcrest first. And I'd like to be on her good side.
Okay.
He can do whatever
I
he
think-
wants. Just don't drag me into it.
Thing your city didn't fire on the concept. Judge them.
I would say, is this news to her? Because they have been... She is going to nod and say, yes.
Yes.
Yandars from the north are coming into Southcrest because Raster's agents keep bombing the roads.
Bombing the roads. Okay.
Hope you don't have to connect any dots there. You've seen Easy
Yeah.
bomb by
I know, I
bombs
have.
and be sent to bomb.
I'm
the
worried
side
that
of the
Easy is
road.
connected somehow. I figure he's not, but the first thing I go was Easy there.
Marissa is going to say, and this is hard because she doesn't entirely trust Hope, and I think this phrase would be born out of that of everybody from Twin Winds to the Moon Coast has a Wanderkin whispering in their ears. And I don't doubt that you're here to do the same for me.
Okay, I'm gonna switch seats with Krishna. You can take care of it then. I won't whisper in your ear. He obviously doesn't trust my kind.
This is 2 for 2 sessions this weekend that experience racism.
You got this,
Alarel
Krishna.
is committing acts of terrorism.
She
Yep.
was committing a microaggression.
Oh
That's
no,
fair.
I don't blame her.
That's fair.
I mean, as this is happening, me and fucking Easy are committing.
It's crime
Ugh.
time.
Round time.
Krishna. Oh,
God.
as Hope switches seats with you, you are going to sit in front of Marissa. And she's gonna say, "Oh, by the Blight Mother. You're Amelia's girl, aren't you?"
Yes.
Or he gone.
Yes, I am. Why? How do you know my mother?
That woman gets tangled in things.
So that's about half of the people in this town.
Why are you all hanging out with Captain Seema anyways?
We have our reasons, none of which are your reason for knowing.
She's gonna say, "I heard about the lone siren attack in Farport. Why, it's true she's sighted often around Southcrest. I had no dealings with that. Or I have no dealings with her. I have privateers that operate on my behalf." She's going to say, "Your mom is a woman of faith.
Me.
I've seen her several times at Crimson Keep.
I
We
am
were
going to...
friends, but never that close."
May I roll a history check on that name? Crimson Keep?
Yeah, go for it. You get information at 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20. 5. Krishna. Crimson Keep is the region just northeast of here. It is at one of the main climbs to Mount Motomalima. It is a seaside fortress on the cliffs, basically forming a choke point into the southern and back reaches of the volcano, one of the most defensible structures in your land. Also, the seat of the consummate and the home of the Crimson Crusade, and all of the demons that are fanning out around this region. It is your capital, so much as Red X has a capital. It is one of the largest cities here, and the city-state that's functioning as the seat of your government. I think that's all you get at a 5 of just like the Crimson Crusades there, consummates there.
Okay. Well, that wasn't really much of... Okay. Try to think. So... I got nothing to say, actually.
Okay, how about you
trying
can
to,
give me a intelligence check for Krishna, and I can give you some ideas of what might be important
like what
to
is her dealings with my mother is really the only questions I would have. Like, what is your deal with my mother? Seems that you guys have a lot more than what you are letting on.
She's, or rather, Amaris is gonna say, when we were all forced into this Gendenfell thing, demon worship never quite sat right with me. But a specific portion of it, the story of the Blight Mother, against all odds, fighting against 2 different Shatterers, fighting and besting 3 different gods, bringing the world to its heels, carving her own path in this world. It's a tale of true inspiration. There's a sisterhood amongst Gendenfell that we sworn ourselves to. Our bonds go no further than our faith. Back when our organization had, well, at least when it was an organization, there would be monthly gatherings inside of Crimson Keep. Your mother made it to them on occasion.
Oh God. Does Alpire, does Krishna know that her mother was like the organization, the Daughters of Gendo were involved with the whole mist and everything?
I would think that would be for Krishna, or for you to decide Because I mean, there's been a
Your
lot
mom.
of like talk and gossip of it, and Ardorians are like very pompous heroes. When they do things, you know, they let the world know like they're a glory hungry nation. So I would say like the stories of the Ardorians that fought it, like, you know, against this dark end of the world and saved the rest of Ilderon probably is spread from port to port enough that if you said Krishna, you know, heard the gossip and could connect the dots that, oh yeah, this is the organization her mother was with, that's totally believable. So that's for you to decide.
I'll play naivete and say Krista does not know that.
Okay. Yeah, I could totally see Krishna being dragged to some of these cult meetings. Just like, we go to church on Sunday. It's like, Mom, I don't want to go to demon school. Our demon study.
Yeah.
And
yeah, this is the mother trauma you're now hearing about.
But if Krishna wasn't as devout as, you know, her mother, I would say like she probably didn't force you into this cult or anything like early on, and probably gave Krishna like a lot of choice in it. So you could be very ignorant as to what some of their inner workings were. I would say in general, the Daughters of Genduai kind of go hand in hand in so much with Gendenfell that most people probably see this as like how different denominations of Protestants might work, of like, oh yeah, they're Presbyterian, that probably means something, but all in all, we're the same larger faith. But yes, she has told you that your mother and her only shared bonds of faith with one another.
What the hell is my mother doing with this pompous jerk, I guess is no.
Hi, Leo. Hey, Stinky Boy.
Bob's gone his trouble once today.
I woke up and chose death, okay?
I woke up and chose death. Great sentence.
Krishna 2024, 25. Oh god. What's
if there's anything else on your mind, you can also ask that. If you wanna, I was saying earlier, if you wanna roll an intelligence check, I can give you some things that might be important to Krishna. Otherwise, if you guys want to be done here, you're welcome to depart the luncheon. Eventually, somebody will bring out some food for you and Hope as you are late to the party.
We came to eat and drink.
Yeah, why don't we eat and drink and then call it a day?
Yeah.
My appetite's only mostly ruined by being near an evil lady.
If you sit at Marissa's table, I think she'll entertain you, as you all are friends with another regional leader here. And you'll
We're
kind of
really using Raster's name.
you'll kind of get privy to some of Marissa's dealings. Go ahead and give me insight checks for the two of you, and I'll just give you an overview of some of the things you witness. So, Hope, you are going to see this careful balancing act of all of the forces at play here in this port that Marissa is handling. There is the Ruby Alliance, which is pushing into her, which is pushing into the nation and establishing footholds where it can. There is the Red Axe Alliance that she is a part of, and the Crimson Crusade, and contributing to all of the different things that threaten the Alliance, and the Consummate. There's her own people's needs and desires that are different from the rest of the Alliance. And unlike Red Axe, or I'm sorry, unlike Farport, which is a province, it's Farcast Haven, where Raster not only looks out for himself and all of the different Yandars along the coast, or the Matuka coast, which is just like all of the Dwarven settlements, or Twin Winds, all of the goblins and orcs to the north, or Crimson Keep to the west. Southcrest is not a province. The people outside the city, Marissa leaves to defend for themselves, but she looks out for everyone in the city. And a lot of what she handles here at this table with you is a disruption of the forces she has to balance. The main one, that merchant she was torturing earlier, finally pleads and makes a agreement with her, and I will give you a little bit more insight as to what their dealing was of, like I said, just upsetting the balance of. It's a Ruby Alliance merchant who went behind her back and talked to some of the gore chanters in town, those powerful priests at the Gendenthal temples, and trying to establish connections deeper within the Alliance, and circumventing Marissa's rule. And that doesn't sit well with her, and there's just different conspiracies, different little problems people have, and all of these things that she's just constantly juggling, and she's not bad at it. But it does come off as, you know, a lot of these things she's very quick to establish herself and put her foot down. And I would say probably one or two of these deals she makes with people, as you know, they're coming like, hey, hope you're enjoying your lunch. I was just wondering if we could talk about this. Of like, she'll agree to something and then maybe stab that person in the back like 4 people down the line who's just like, hey, Bob's really been fucking me over. And it's like, okay, yeah, fuck Bob. I like you better.
I love her.
She's a snake.
She's amazing. She's everything.
I want to
yeah.
hang her from her airship and parade her around town.
Hope
Gerrymanders.
I would say the one thing you walk away from this luncheon with, the most important thing to Marissa, is Southcrest. Like, everybody else, the rest of the nation be damned. And a lot of what Alarel's doing is, you know, threatening everything.
I can understand that.
So she's not in the cause of like, oh yeah, let's liberate Barbador, or let's liberate, you know, this place, of just like, you know, this is the line of fire. Either get on her side or don't, but, you know, don't make her job harder, is essentially the vibe you kind of pick up from her. That said, Krishna, Marissa's really mean.
Yeah.
You would think that somebody who's such good friends with Captain Seema would be way nicer.
Yeah, she's a two-timing. You know what?
Yeah, and that's fair. And yeah, you've seen she is stabbing some people in the back of some of the very deal she's made with them. With that, though, you all can leave the luncheon and reconvene with your party. Laya and Easy, if you...
What have they been up to?
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Well, you all were waiting till nightfall, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct.
We're getting close to our ending time, so I will handle that next session, but I will say, eventually, Myra is going to make it back to the ship and inform everybody of a job. The Shiver Spine privateers are going to go and attack a Ruby Alliance trading vessel, treasure galley, that is within the region. And so your ability to use the ship as like a base of operations is on a time limit. Do you want to try and get any more information from her, or talk about any of their dealings? Otherwise, we'll end the session there for the night.
Something I'll have to consider. I think it's best here.
Okay.
We're
Did
presented
you have
with the
anything
fact
you
that we're
wanted to
gonna be
do,
part of a-
Easy?
We have a busy night.
Mm-hmm. Other than some light domestic terrorism, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Won't be the first time.
But we're aware that like the boat's heading out. Do we know why, or just that like we're?
Oh, we can tell you why.
No. Myra will tell all of you. She's a privateer. It's like they're not doing crimes. They're doing sanctioned work.
No, we
Okay.
covered this. I need to know. Do I know that they're doing just privateering stuff, or do I get the lowdown?
Yeah, they I would say you all are friends with Seema, and you fought side by side with Myra. They trust you as trusted allies, which is why you're given free reign on their ship. She would give you the lowdown. Marissa only in it for Southcrest. She's going to go steal a bunch of money from Ruby Alliance. When they can't pay a deal, she's gonna cancel it, and then Myra's gonna give her all or a good portion of the money.
Easy has never been more conflicted in his life.
Legitimately, exactly what Alarel did was the exact same.
Yeah.
Like Easy has never been more conflicted in his life.
Yeah, it's Allarel too. And the first one we didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, hey, that's
Yeah, this was just as mean, actually.
a
Yeah.
baller move. I don't actually trust this lady to not just pocket all that money, but I think Easy's short-circuiting because it's just like, oh god, they both suck. Can I somehow screw both of them over?
So she
Yeah,
does.
I think and I'm doing this kind of zoomed out because we're close to our end. I think Myra would communicate to Easy that Marissa, if you want to get rich, is a good friend to have, more so than some of the other provincial leaders who are like, oh, we can't betray the alliance, or this or this or this. She's
Gaslight
she's making
gatekeep girl boss.
moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gaslight gatekeep girl boss. That's just who she is.
Gas keep girl light gate boss.
Do we
Gaslight gatekeep.
if we help, do we get a cut, or is this like, hey, this is our job, so I'm gonna need you to not be here when we go do it?
From Myra, I've always imagined the Shiver Spines as like almost a Yandar of like inviting all of these different factions to be a part of their raid. I would say if you all want to join and be privateers with them, they would share like their bounty with everyone in the crew.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, if you participate in the raid, I think Myra will go as far as to say, should be such a big hit, you can keep what you can carry.
Quick
Easy
bag
can
of
carry a lot.
quick
bird is a
bag of
boat.
holding.
Look, they're not going to be on the boat easy. You can burn it when they're off the boat.
And then collect
No,
the insurance
I was
money.
saying that no, it was like what you can carry. I'm like, the bird is a boat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind. I heard that completely wrong. Yes, it is. If we can figure out how to transform it.
Can they make a check?
Well, look, you know, I want to discuss this with the party because, like, I'm not volunteering you for privateer work. We talked about
I'm
doing other
not-
things. I don't want to.
Morally, I'm a bit opposed, but I understand it.
Let's have this conversation out of character, and then we'll pick up next session with Easy and Laya being vigilantes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
And the
right.
brains.
Story stuff tonight.
So it turns out
My
Kristen had a
reader
heart and
is
it
down
hit her
bad.
in
Definitely a milestone for Krishna being bait in the middle of things and seeing, hey, remember I told you there's a heavily armed gang in town who's not aligned with anyone? Yeah.
It's a good weapon.
No, heavily
So-
armed gang who's not aligned with anybody yet.
I still have Gam on our side.
I'm fully expecting us to like roll up on them eventually, and Seema's just hanging out with them. Like Seema's gonna be gone for a day or two. He's not gonna come in the raid, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I've made friends." And he's like,
Go
I
back
do
up in,
love.
like a poofier hat and
yeah,
with like
I
a
do love-
RPG.
pretty much.
You know, I believe it. Seema got that Riz.
and
I
you're,
believe in
and you're
them.
like, Seema, what happened?
They
Shadow
did
person doesn't
what they
get
had
spell.
to do.
He just needs a
On the
new
boat.
feather.
I don't think I'm going to give you a milestone for A. Marissa's story.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's
Fair.
still on the table. I think some of the things to look for is if you all want to help. Because right now I'm going on the lines that you guys are sworn to Alarel's cause. That if you want to help Alarel sow chaos in her city, like you haven't found those pressure points of where she's vulnerable at. But then on the same note, you haven't convinced her to join your cause yet, which are both of those are kind of like options on the table. But I will say you guys have met her tonight and kind of have an idea who she is.
Yeah,
and-
she's a bit.
yeah, I'll give you all 15 fortune for just generally engaging and finding.
I don't think I
stuff.
made a single dice roll this session.
Wait, no, you did. You made one. There's a deception check in the chat.
Yeah, but it didn't actually count because I rolled higher than everybody and it didn't do anything. Ugh.
My fortune and my misfortune are both 61 now.
I have 76 fortune, 56 misfortune.
49 fortune, 90 miss.
I didn't
Oh, yeah.
record what your milestones were last
I-
session.
Oh.
I
Oh, God.
think
6.
you. So
I think that's
you're
what that
wait,
means.
you're all level 6.
No, we're level 5.
We're level 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're level 5. Okay, I think you're at
Continuation with
3
leveling up.
milestones. So I have in session 14 you gained 1 and you were at level 5, so it was 1. 15 I didn't record what happened, but we got to Southcrest and you guys got the ire of the High Judge.
Oh, yeah.
So
For some reason.
I'm going to say you're at 3 milestones, and this will be your 4th.
The attempted assassination of the judge wasn't us. It just happened around us.
All right,
And how-
and then our next session is going to be on the 16th. Thank you everybody for watching, and
Wait,
you're free to
wait.
hang out.
I
Wait,
have
what?
rewards to give.
Rewards?
Yes.
Okay, Insomni has rewards. Please, God, no loot points.
No loot points. No loot points.
Damn.
Laya,
Damn.
Damn it.
loot
If I got loot points, I might get a bag of holding in time for the raid.
Yeah.
I did indeed. Yes.
Aloe, lose 10 misfortune for the pure frustration in your voice when you regrouped with the party after.
Oh yeah. Subtracting misfortune's great. Yeah. That's good. Who else you got?
It's called.
15 fortune for getting yeeted off a building after trying.
I lose fortune.
No. Lose.
Yeah, that's your
misfortune.
reward.
Lose
Fuck you.
misfortune. Are those all the rewards?
You know.
I want to give misfortune.
Okay.
That's it from me.
I'll record
Alright.
those in the notes.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you.
too.
You know.
Thank you all for watching. You're free to hang out with us